Go.
Patriot Roundtable episode 43, another day in the greatest country on the planet that, it's heading towards a direction that may not be the greatest country on the planet anymore. The Taliban, after taking over Afghanistan, first, they got recognized by the Communist Chinese Party as the legitimate government of Afghanistan. Second, they started gun control. They started rounding up the guns from the citizens, saying you don't need it.
Did you see the piles of guns?
Yeah, number three, they said they're what are they doing? They killed a woman because she didn't cover her face after they said we're gonna be respecting women's rights this time, huh?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Impeach Joe Biden.
Yeah, dude, they legitimately recognized the Taliban as the Afghani government, is the CCP.
So the Taliban takes over and they renamed Afghanistan the United Emirates of Afghanistan.
Yeah.
There's going to be
Weird.
wide-scale slaughter throughout Afghanistan. It's
Yeah.
already started.
Yep, that's I mean, it's been a 20-year journey until they finally took it over, but this time they have like $8 billion worth of military artillery from
Okay,
the US.
so everybody agrees that we shouldn't be over there forever.
Yeah.
Okay, but Joe Biden screwed this up so bad, dude. So for all the Joe Biden people out there, which I know there aren't any, let's explain to them. It's not just that, hey, I thought you guys wanted to leave. It's that he pulled the military out before the people.
And you don't
There's up to 50,000 people that we're supposed to evacuate, and they're still stuck.
US citizens
They're stuck there.
are stuck over there.
15,000 U.S. citizens.
Yeah.
Up to 15,000. They say they don't even know.
And when you pull out your military, you don't leave $8 billion worth of artillery for the Taliban to take over.
No, all of that should have been destroyed. I mean, now they have access to Black Hawk helicopters. I mean, jets.
Drones.
And then
How do you fly these
God
things?
knows what else. Well, I've heard people say that, right? So they go, "Oh, well, these Taliban guys, these ISIS guys or whatever, they don't know how to fly this stuff." Okay?
But they do have people that do know how to fly.
Yes.
it, and they're flying
Yes.
it over other countries right now.
Yes.
Oh
Insane.
my God.
So technically, what you're supposed to do, if you're going to leave anything behind, is you blow it up.
You destroy it.
When you leave, you
so
blow
that
it all up.
the enemy doesn't take
Yeah.
it.
Dude, they're sitting in our embassy that
Yeah.
we spent like $100 million making.
Yeah.
No-
How much money did the US spend over in Afghanistan in 20 years? $900 billion?
$1 trillion.
Oh my God.
Think about that. Wow. Think about what we could have done with that amount of money here.
We set the Taliban up pretty good, didn't we?
Yep. They set them up for taking. You know when the last time the U.S. military would, instead of destroying all their artillery before leaving a territory, they would leave it for the Muslim jihadists to come and pick it up during the Obama days, during the Obama administration. I had a friend who was a Marine during the Obama administration. He was in a few days of the Bush administration, and then Obama's. During the Bush, they would destroy everything before leaving. During Obama's, they would just leave it, and the guys would be confused. The Marines Corps soldiers, they would be like, "What the hell? Who are we leaving this for?" So
I wonder how much
Yeah.
money we left them in. I mean, I know we said we spent $1 trillion rebuilding Afghanistan, but how many billions of dollars worth of tanks and airplanes and Humvees and guns and drones?
I've seen it's like $8 to $9 billion.
I don't think we'll
worth
ever
of
know
shit.
I think
the
it's more
true
than that,
answer.
dude.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever know the true
They'll
answer.
never tell us.
Yeah.
Our tax dollars went to that shit.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy.
We shouldn't have to pay taxes if this is how they spend their money.
Yeah, and lefty platforms, I think it's either lefty or like satirical platforms, they're like, the Taliban photographed, instead of with their iconic AK-47s, now they have American rifles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
all set up with the M4s and the Trigicons and
Yeah.
the whole nine.
Man.
Even the left,
You seen some of them?
even the lefty media is giving Biden shit about this.
Yeah.
Like they can't even hide it.
MSNBC, they turned on Biden, MSNBC.
Well, how do you sugarcoat it?
Yeah. I mean,
You know what it is, dude? He got all these woke generals now.
Yeah. Mark Miley, the white rage
All
guy.
all these people that are woke, Biden has replaced all the leadership in the military,
Yeah.
and this is what you get.
Yep.
You get a woke person, but you get a dumbass person that doesn't know what he's doing. You could see it, dude.
Dude, we're fucked, dude. I mean,
Well, I mean, even if we're not, and we can secure our homeland here in America, think about the devastation that this is going to cause in the humanitarian crisis that's going on right now in Afghanistan.
dude, and think about the amount of foreign powers that hate us now. I mean, now China and the Taliban are working together. Xi Jinping recognized the leader of the Taliban as the legitimate ruler. So now you have China, Cuba, Venezuela, because you know how they interfered to shut down the Cuban Revolution, and now you have Afghanistan and Iran also on board. What the hell? And
all
our
the
military,
evil countries are getting together.
yeah, all the evil tyrannical dictatorships.
And all we have are the woke countries.
Yeah.
Like
And our military is
France
concerned with transgender forces and fucking pride parades.
Yeah. And making jumpsuits for pregnant women and bullshit.
Biden don't have enough testosterone to handle what's coming down the pipeline.
Yeah.
And he
think
scheduled
he
his
has any.
vacation around this, dude. He knew when he was going to pull this off.
Yeah.
And decided to take a week off. Not only that, dude, while the shit is hitting the fan all day yesterday, he didn't call one world leader. Do you know how many nations are involved in this and how many nations have lost soldiers? And and they talk about the limbs that these soldiers lost and their lives and how much money all the other countries have sunk into this Afghanistan thing. And he doesn't even call one world leader until today. He only called two. He called that Angela Merkel
Germany?
bitch. Yeah. And,
that a joke, dude?
I think he called that Macron guy. And
French?
that's it. That's
French?
all. That's all he called.
The guy's just not there. And people keep saying, oh, well, Joe Biden's back in his basement. No, Joe Biden's not back in his basement. Joe Biden's outside his ever-loving effing mind.
Yeah.
The guy, listen, we need to impeach now. We need to immediately get him out of the White House. But then again, we do that, and look at what we're facing when that happens.
They tried to impeach Trump twice over nothing. Made up lies. Look, Joe Biden is legit ruining not only our country, but other countries now.
world.
He's ruining the world. Get him out of there.
Dude, and you best believe that when America is not the number one superpower in the world anymore,
Yeah.
guess who's gonna be? China.
So
And
my question is this. Are we the number one superpower in the world now?
I think the
fucking hard to
Taliban
say
is.
that.
They just whooped our ass right out of Taliban. Renamed the country and everything.
Yep.
Took all of our stuff.
I
from
mean,
us.
yeah.
And they're giving us a date that we got to be out by.
I mean,
They're
man.
telling us what to do.
Can you imagine that? Would
Yeah,
you have
and-
ever thought?
Because Biden has no balls.
Yeah.
China told us to back off, and they're doing live military drills right outside of wherever the hell they're going to take over
Kabul?
next.
Or Taiwan. Taiwan.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
They're getting ready to take Taiwan, and then Russia's going to take over. What's the one that they're trying to take over there? Crimea or Ukraine or something?
Yeah, Crimea.
Yeah.
Dude, that's fucking crazy.
This is what they've been waiting for. This is
Trump is gone from office, and now the Taliban is threatening us.
Yeah.
Communist China.
Threatening us.
Holy shit.
It's hot and popping, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, we're at that crossroads. We've been saying it.
Yeah.
We've been saying it.
Yeah.
So
He's building back better here, and building back better on the other side of the
He's
world.
building back shitter.
Yeah. He's building a big old shitter in Afghanistan.
and all you liberal dirtbags that voted for Joe Biden in the 2020 election, and anybody that was complicit in the cheating of the election, this is your fault, and you're gonna reap the consequences down the road. Better believe that.
So here's the most dangerous thing we got going on right now. What he just blew up Afghanistan. These terrorist assholes, and now they have a whole country to themselves, and they're going to be sitting there plotting and planning while we have open borders. Do you know how many
Holy shit.
Americans is going to get killed? Way
Speaking
more
of-
than 9/11.
Speaking of, did you know that so after the Taliban took over, they released like thousands of prisoners.
Yeah.
And now the Biden administration are shipping over 30,000 Afghani refugees. Doesn't there something like sound weird? They let out thousands of prisoners.
Oh.
Biden ships over a bunch of Afghani men. What the? They're setting us up for chaos.
Wouldn't it just make sense that Biden's shipping over all the prisoners?
Yes, that's exactly what they're doing. They're shipping over all the criminals,
Yeah.
the jihadists to cause chaos. We are headed towards the same direction that Germany and France did when they opened their borders to ISIS.
And that's what I was going to say. And listen, it doesn't matter who he flies in via airplane or however he lets them in. The borders are wide open. They now have military equipment. They now have money. Okay, and they're wide but open. And so is our country.
And for the first time, they have the respect of like other nations like Iran and China and Russia. They're all giving them their legitimacy by saying, "Yeah, you're
that's crazy.
your own country and all this stuff."
Yeah, dude, the comparisons that America's
This is what the
headed
Taliban's
to,
wanted all along, their own country.
Dude, the parallels that the direction that America's headed versus all these Eastern European countries that fell. So, prisoners are released in foreign countries, jihadists are released, they're shipped over to the US, our border is open, and our government is trying to take away our guns. There's a new gun control bill in the Congress right now, because David Shipman looks like he's not going to get confirmed because there's 5 Democrats that don't like him. They're just gonna, but they still have both majorities in the chambers.
Yeah, no matter who they pick's going to be a gun grabber.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want to take our guns away, but they want to give to Taliban.
Yeah.
How many? 10,000 guns, maybe?
Hundreds of millions, dude.
Hundreds of millions of dollars in guns and ammo they gave them?
Yeah.
So for the Patriots listening right now,
you better be locked and loaded.
Yes. So what I'm saying is this: buy more guns, buy more ammo, get training, get prepared. You're gonna need your body armor. You're gonna need, listen, get it all now, and get ready.
Because when the hooting begins, the shooting begins. You see what I did there? Like Trump's.
Well, they're going to attack us by coming over the porous border, blending in, and plotting attacks on us. In crowded places. So get used to seeing that kind of shit happen.
And mind you, Canada is still in bed with communist China, and they still have their troops on our northern border.
Oh, I got one for you.
That didn't go away.
Think about this. Think about this scenario. You have Antifa and Black Lives Matter that sympathize, okay, with the Muslims. Okay?
The whole left-wing party does.
Yeah. So I feel like that they're going to be working in conjunction. Think about that scenario.
They're working in conjunction with our government, with the FBI, the lefties. They're working in conjunction with the feds.
So you're talking about Antifa and Black Lives Matter when you say the left,
Dude, check this out. Us as American patriots, we are surrounded from both directions. We have the brown shirts, Antifa and Black Lives Matter, our own government, the Muslim jihadists, the criminals that are coming across the border, and the biggest superpower that's getting ready to take us over, China.
Hey, after witnessing what happened, or after finding out the facts, January 6th, I mean, you can't convince me that the FBI and the BLMers aren't the same thing. Antifa. Maybe Antifa is the FBI.
They're feds, they're hired. They work with the FBI. Yeah. We know that for a fact because the Patriots up in St. Augustine, who are fucking, they have a crowd of BLM and Antifa over there. One guy was paid for the FBI to identify a bunch of the Patriots from St. Augustine that could have been at in DC on the 6th.
So that came out? Like that's confirmed that they were
paying?
They
know him, they know him. Yeah, they know.
How much did he get paid, did he say?
We're not sure, but we know for a fact that he was working with the FBI to identify Patriots from the 6th. And he's just your common BLM Antifa dipshit.
So, hey, the president of Afghanistan hauled ass.
Yeah.
And left behind a vehicle full of money. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Huh?
What was that for?
I feel like the whole country hauled ass to include the president.
Yeah.
So people are saying, hey man, Afghanistan's those people they won't fight for themselves.
Yeah.
No, but that's not true.
Yeah.
You know how many Afghans have died in the war over the past 20 years? 70,000.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it takes when you're fighting a big jihadist power that's funded by America, that's backed up by the U.S.
What happens is we were training them to fight, but we were training them to fight with we got your back.
Yeah.
We have air support. So these guys got to be experts in calling in air support and being very strategic about where to drop the bombs. And
the
all this
Afghans?
stuff. Yeah. So now we pulled out and we're not giving them that air support anymore.
Yeah.
And then they're like, well, fuck that.
Yeah.
We can't win. So they know they can't win without our air support.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, come on, it's your freaking country.
Yeah.
You have to have some heart and fight for your country.
For real. If you have the same
You know?
heart in fighting for your country as you do fleeing it, like you seen the dipshits that were hanging on to U.S. Aircrafts and then they just fell to their
That's
death.
how desperate they were to get out of there.
You're
bro.
strong enough to hang on to a moving aircraft, but you don't want to fight for your country.
I tell you what, I would
shit.
rather get freaking popped in the chest with an AK-47 a couple times than fall from a freaking military aircraft that high in the air.
Going 500 miles per hour.
Well, that's insane.
I can't believe they were able to hold on that long. They were way up there, dude.
And then they even had bodies in the landing gear and things. Wow.
Damn.
It's just sad.
When the landing gear, when it pulled up, is that when it like cut them in half? And all that
Probably, yeah, I would say so.
shit.
I mean, I didn't investigate the.
stuff? Well, yeah. I mean, when they get up so
Yeah.
high, they pull the landing gear in.
Yeah.
And it must have.
Well, they were probably trying to get up in that landing gear thinking that it was going to be a safe
And they
space.
got squished.
Yeah. So, liberals, there's no such thing as a safe space.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You only have the luxury of having a safe space because you live in the greatest country on the planet, but you're heading, we're heading towards days where it's not as if crime wasn't already too high because y'all defunded the police, but we're heading towards days where rape is going to go up 500%, murder, burglary. You want to know how we know that? Because the last time Western civilization did that, opened their borders to jihadists, that's what happened. So history repeats itself.
Yep.
It's the lefty utopia.
Yeah.
Rapes go up
The dystopia.
1,000%. Murder goes up 2,000%.
Let's see what these feminists are gonna say when everybody gets raped
I
by
still
Muslims.
I still can't just wrap my mind around the fact that these people were not willing to fight for their country.
I
mean, they knew what was going to happen, though. Think about it. They knew there was going to be murder. They knew there was going to be rape. They knew these things were going to happen. They knew that they were going to hunt you down if you were Christian, if you were working in cohesion with the U.S. government. They knew these things. So,
I think they were reliant on our air support.
But at some point, you just have to fight for yourself,
They
though.
were relying on America. Yes, exactly. You gotta fight for yourself.
But see, we're dealing with that now here, Jeff. We're dealing with that here.
In the U.S.
Here, Americans are just not willing to fight for themselves right now, and it just pisses me off. It really does.
But they'll sign up for the military and go fight for other countries like Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think the same people are signing up for, I don't know. I mean, I'm just going to go on a tirade, so I'll just drop it there.
So the thing about what happened there,
You
'cause
should have gone on
we
the
were all
tirade.
we knew we were gonna leave, and we knew we wanted to get out of there. But you don't pull the military out before the people are out.
Yeah.
They didn't have a plan. They were like, all right, well, let's just haul ass.
So
let's
now,
just leave.
so what is the plan now? Now they pulled all the military out, and apparently they left. Like, they didn't even burn all their intel and all that shit, which is going to give away
You see,
all these Afghans who are helping us.
It
There is no
looks-
plan. We're dealing with Joe Biden. The
Yeah.
plan
That's the
is they're gonna weaponize the media on this.
Yep.
Okay, to cover this shit up because that's what they do. There is no plan.
It looks like there wasn't a plan. It looks like, it's just Joe Biden being incompetent. But I think his puppet masters know exactly what they're doing. I mean, they've done this same pattern back in the Obama days.
Well,
and we had to deal with ISIS.
Supposedly,
Yeah.
all of his generals said, "Don't do this. Don't do it like this."
All the woke generals?
Yeah, they even said, "Don't do this," and he did it anyways. He's the
see.
foreign policy guy. He knows,
Yeah.
he believes in him.
Didn't
his
he
foreign
fuck
policy
this
skills.
shit up? He did something similar. Like, he was VP during Benghazi, and then there was another big incident when he was a senator.
Pulling out of Iraq and all that shit.
Yeah.
There's not been one time that liberals have been in the White House that they haven't screwed up everything.
Yeah. Or screwed up everyone like Clinton.
So they keep, they point the similarities to when we left Vietnam, and Biden said it won't be another Vietnam. You won't see our helicopters.
It was exactly another Vietnam.
Airlifting people off of our embassy, and it was identical.
Yeah,
But it was
exactly.
Ford who was in charge back then,
Yeah.
right? And he was a Democrat.
Yeah, during the Vietnam, when the U.S. troops pulled out of South Vietnam and then North Vietnam came in and invaded and it became communist right away.
Yeah.
And they killed everyone and they disarmed their. Yeah, it's the same
Yeah.
pattern.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Well,
And it's like, what do you do now? So we have, what was it, 30,000 plus or more of these guys from Afghanistan being brought in. And listen, I'm going to
Criminals.
I'm going to go on record and say this. I don't feel like all of them are going to be criminals, okay? Now, are there going to be some criminals within those ranks? 100% definitely. I mean, if they're not willing to fight for their own country,
I want to
they're
say
not willing.
90% of those people are criminals. The Taliban released them from prison. Those are 100%. I want to say at least 90% of them are jihadists that are going to come over here.
Well, I was under the
Yep.
impression that the ones that they were flying over were the ones that were working in conjunction with the U.S. military.
Yeah,
Really?
well, those people are all going to be killed before they can be rescued.
Yeah.
They're going door to door right now.
Exactly. Pulling people out of their homes that were working with the U.S. military and executing them.
Yeah.
Yes. They've executed everyone
and then
who's
the
working with the
Taliban's
U.S.
taking all the little girls and marrying them so they can have sex with them.
Yep. They're now raping women and executing their
But
political
but
rivals.
The Democrats, they're for women's rights and
But
kids
see,
and shit.
that's legal because the Quran and
Yeah.
Muhammad says that you can do that.
Right. Well, yeah, when you're going by Muhammad's rules, a lot of shit
Anything
is
goes.
legal.
So
Yeah.
the Taliban leaders, two of them, during an interview were admitting, yeah, we were in Guantanamo. Yeah, they let us
They
out.
We're free now.
They were released from Guantanamo
were
Bay by
released.
Obama.
Yeah,
Obama
yeah.
released them from Guantanamo.
Yeah.
It's all coming together. You know what I mean? Obama releases them from Guantanamo.
Yeah.
They take charge of Afghanistan. Biden pulls the U.S. military and gives them billions of dollars worth of artillery. They become they take over Afghanistan. CCP recognizes them as the legitimate government.
Yeah, it's like a Scooby-Doo cartoon.
It's like a puzzle.
So do you think it was organized
A
and orchestrated, or
well-orchestrated
do you
plan.
think they are just that damn
I
stupid?
think it's a well orchestrated plan. To
Dude,
some
yeah.
people, they may seem just incompetent. I think they know exactly
It's
what
like
they're
a
doing.
Scooby-Doo cartoon. If you
Yeah.
go up to the head Taliban guy and pull his mask off, it's Obama.
Yeah.
I like
swear-
that analogy. That
I
was a
swear
good
that's
one.
the way it is because
Yeah.
during the Arab Spring, when they were trying to, basically turn
Yeah.
the Middle East into an Islamic state, Obama was sending his ambassadors to all the world leaders, to all the Middle Eastern country leaders who were democratic ones that wouldn't give up or surrender, and he was sending their ambassadors there, and then some of them would resign, and the ones that don't, they'd be violently removed.
So now, correct me if
Obama
I'm
is
wrong,
involved.
but I'm gonna ask you this question.
Yeah.
So, Obama is on record as a Muslim, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay.
His middle name is Hussein.
Okay, I get it, but he's on record as a Muslim.
He was named
Okay.
after Saddam Hussein.
And did he not? Now, correct me if I'm wrong. He swore in on the Quran, correct?
No, I don't think so. Did he?
Are you sure?
There's no way. No way.
But
He swore
some
in
of
on the
these
Bible.
newer congressional people over the past couple of years have been swearing in on the
I thought
Quran.
there was an issue with the Bible and him and the swearing in.
No,
Wasn't there
he
some
was-
kind of issue that went on?
I don't know.
I'm
I
gonna
wasn't
research
there.
it. So stand me corrected on
Yeah.
on that for right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Omar, I think, swore in on the Quran. Or
She
some
has
shit.
to be. Also, she's a brother fucker.
But so
We'll
we know
talk about
that. So we know that Obama's a Muslim. Okay. So what does the Quran say? Okay, and this is the question to you because you live this, you know this. Okay, what does the Quran say?
About
Okay.
faggots?
No. What does the Quran say that any good Muslim should do to spread Islam?
Establish the Islamic State.
Rape-
Kill non-Muslim men.
And rape their
rape Muslim women. Rape all the women, really, to produce Muslim children. Lie to advance the Muslim agenda. Punish your political opponents. Punish the Islam opponents.
by cutting their heads off.
By imposing the Sharia law, which is basically cutting their heads off for, treason or their hands, shit like that. It's fucked up punishments.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. So,
There you go.